Hello friends, my name is Shayla and today I am here to talk to you about collecting manga. So when it comes to manga, a lot of people get overwhelmed with the thought of collecting manga because manga, for how long it takes you to read them, can become a very expensive collection to have. So I wanted to talk to you about a few tips and tricks that I have for collecting manga that might help you if you choose to collect it. There is a lot of manga available online or digitally where you don't have to spend nearly as much money as the physical copies like I have behind me. So if you really want to not spend a whole lot of money, definitely look into those options. I will leave links to a couple places where I know you can get them either for like a minimal monthly fee or for free down below in the comments for you to go and check out. So the biggest thing that I do when I'm looking at collecting manga is shop around. Initially, I just started out buying what I could find at Barnes & Noble. But I started my collection very small with things that I knew about or had heard a lot about from other people that I know. And so I figured it was pretty safe to buy at least the first volume of those manga and to go from there. So if you've watched an anime that you love, check out and see if there's a manga and pick up one and see if you like the format of that at all. Reading manga can be overwhelming for some people as the format is very different and you read it opposite of how we read here in America. So it can be overwhelming for a lot of people. But the biggest thing that I do when I'm looking to buy manga is shop around. There are several different websites that I check out. There's Right Stuff Anime, there's Thrift Books, there's Amazon, and then there's always Barnes & Noble. I am a Barnes & Noble member, so I get 10% off anything I buy in the store. I usually wait until there's a sale where they do it for more, like 20% or more, when I buy lots of manga, unless I've got a lot of cash sitting around and I'm really into a series. That does play a factor because sometimes on those other websites, if you're wanting a newer volume, being a Barnes & Noble member actually ends up being cheaper than buying it on any of the online outlets. So definitely check into that. Book Outlet has some manga, not a lot. So I would go and peruse and see if there's any series that you would possibly be interested in and maybe start with one of those. The one that I found most recently that I've found very beneficial is Thrift Books. I found a couple volumes of manga for just a couple of dollars. They're a little bit older series, and I found that it was really nice to find, since these were series that I was trying out for the first time, I was glad to pay for a used copy that was only $3 or $4 as opposed to paying $12 for a brand new one for a series that I might not like in the end. So definitely take that into consideration. So if it's something you just want to dabble in, check out Book Outlet or Thrift Books and find a less expensive volume of something that you're interested in. There is a lot more on Thrift Books than there is on Book Outlet. So if you don't like the options on Book Outlet, hit up Thrift Books and see if there's something in that lower end price range that interests you. I would also look into getting recommendations from people who read a lot of manga. Some series that I recommend that I absolutely adore are Fairy Tail, Death Note, Sweetness and Lightning. I have all sorts of manga recommendation videos on this channel. I will leave my manga related playlists down below and you can look for recommendations or reviews of things that I've read there. Collecting manga is not for everybody. It is an expensive collection to have, so if you are a college student on a budget, collecting manga is probably not going to be the best option for you right now. Definitely read it. There are a lot of libraries that carry a good selection of manga. Go and check those out. I have a very tiny library in my town that doesn't really carry a lot of manga, and so there isn't a good collection for me to just go and check out from my library and test out before I start buying volumes. So I tend to get recommendations from people that I trust and go from there. And it's ended up working out really well for me. I found some series that I absolutely love and adore that way, and I'm really excited to continue to expand my collection over some time. So I know this video is fairly simple and short, and there's a lot of links in the down bar this time, but definitely go and check those out if you're looking at starting a manga collection. And don't feel like you have to collect manga. It's not something you have to do. Like I say, there are a lot of places digitally for free, or if you have, I know Crunchyroll specifically, if you have, there's one membership of theirs that if you have that, you have access to a bunch of manga for free, and they are popular manga that usually have an anime running at the same time. I know Seven Deadly Sins is available through Crunchyroll, A Silent Voice is available through Crunchyroll, and a couple of other amazing series are available that way, that if you're already paying for a Crunchyroll subscription, there's a lot of manga you can read as well at the same time. So definitely look into that if you are a anime lover and a Crunchyroll subscriber already. Might as well utilize this other tool that you're already paying for to read some manga. And also, if you're hesitant at all that you won't like it, don't buy it. My mom always taught me this. She did it with clothes specifically, but I think it applies to anything in life. If you don't love it, don't buy it. That's just her mentality. And when I first started my library book collection, I didn't take that advice very well, and I bought a lot of things just because I thought I might like it. And I've ended up unhauling a lot more books than I normally thought I would have. And I didn't even consider unhauling books until I had this huge collection of books where I'm like, this book doesn't make me happy. Why do I have it on my shelf? So anyways, guys, that's some tips and tricks on collecting manga. Again, there are a ton of links down in the down bar this time. Go and check out those websites and see if they're anything that's going to be a good fit for you. And also check out the manga recommendations and my manga list to see if any of that appeals to you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.